Hey, this is the Antisocial Socialite back at it again. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel or you have not yet subscribed, darling, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell. So when I get to running this mouth, baby, you are in the loop. You see the title, you know what time it is. Hoes are like Mogwai. When they're wet, they multiply. Yes, sir, that is the title. Now, I'm a black woman. I've got a chip on my shoulder. I'm angry. I am the stereotype. And obviously it's a black man's fault, right? But this time it really is a black man's fault. You see, earlier on today, I was looking for some imagery for this video and I had it in mind and I was like, I need to find a moment to record this. And I turn on YouTube and who do I see? Mr. Oshay Duke Jackson stealing thoughts from my mind. He's out here talking about twerk competition and how these girls on OnlyFans are making thousands of dollars. And I was like, oh, why? But I'm still going to go ahead and make my little 2 cents worth of video just to throw it in the mix. Nope. You see, women are followers by nature. And when they see other women out competing them, they don't necessarily want the validation from the men as much as they want to know that they beat another woman. Wow. So when I look around at the moment and I see how women have changed, just even in the last 20 years, how certain things have become normalized, I often get people asking me, you're in the UK, why do you make videos about American black women? But unfortunately, thanks to the internet, thanks to travel, there's no such thing as a distinction anymore between the Western black woman, depending on, irrespective of where that black woman comes from. You can look at a black woman in the UK, in the States, in Canada, even in parts of Africa now. The women are dressing the same, they're getting the same types of tattoos, the same, different colors in their hair. They're all weaved up, 5 kilos of makeup, the yoga pants are there, the crop tops are there, the short skirts are there. There's no such thing as a distinction anymore between the woman in the West and even some of the women in the more developing countries. And the thing about it is this. A lot of black men complain about the caliber of women that's within their vicinity. But they are the ones enabling these women by giving them the validation they so desperately desire. These women don't want the men giving them the validation, but they want the satisfaction of knowing they were able to outcompete every other type of woman around them. And what unfortunately happens because women are followers is when they see certain women getting a lot of attention, there's this thing going around now, allegedly hoes are winning. Some people are arguing with me that yes, hoes really are winning. Brothers are actually wifing these women up. And this obviously just sends out a bad message to the average woman who doesn't want to go down that road. If a man has easy choice or hard choice, get milk for free or have to work for the milk, obviously he's going to pick the route that's the path of least resistance. So the more women make themselves sexually available for a low price to different men, the less viable women are actually going to be out there for good brothers. Now that wouldn't be such a bad thing if you're trying to spite the black man. But ultimately you will lose as a woman, because when you're going out because your sexual marketplace value is going down, he still can reinvent himself and there'll be, plenty of women willing to take him on. So Oshay was saying, he has some brothers who are very, they come across as very anti-black woman. They're done with the black woman. They've had enough of the bad behavior. But then you see them up in these comment section and it's like, there would be no supply if there wasn't a demand. And the brothers who inbox these women, they're up in their DMs, they're sending them money. They are the ones gassing these women's heads up to think that it's okay to live and be And the women who don't want to go down that road, they're going to see these women getting gifts, getting, you know, vacations, getting taken to this place or that place, you know, and they're going to say, well, what's the point to do the right thing? It doesn't make it right. But over time, women who are natural followers, they're going to see that as an excuse to also go down this negative path. Now, I don't like prostitution. Nope. But let's be real. OnlyFans, private Snapchats, certain pictures on Instagram, it's all sex work. It's all sex work. Because you're selling images, you're selling the illusion of excitement or intimacy, you know, and obviously some of it is actually pornographic. Wow. These women would not be doing what they were doing if they were not funded by men. Notice I say funded, but not forced. Because recently I was talking about the whole CJ King situation and, you know, Claudia Jordan and Vivica Fox and all these women just banging on about, you know, nothing. And at one point they're talking about maybe if black men didn't do this, we wouldn't have to get up and parade ourselves and do this and do that. And I'm like, girl, no one is forcing the black woman to pretend to perform fellatio on a cucumber. No one is forcing black women to shake their behind on Instagram. No one is forcing black women to dress the way they dress, act the way they act. None of it is the black man's fault. But black people, especially black women who are followers, they see certain women getting attention and they want that attention. So this idea that black men, you know, make black women do certain things is ridiculous. Come on. Nope. The only thing black men make the black woman do is see how easy it is to make money selling herself at a cheap price. And brothers, they need to stop. You see, I had a conversation with a brother a while back. I know it was a while ago. I know it was before 2020 because we weren't talking about coronavirus. You know, we had a semblance of normality. And he said to me that basically me asking him not to sleep with women who he classified as a hoe was basically depriving him of sexual access to save the woman. And I was like, bro, it's not really that you're saving the community. And yeah, to an extent you're saving the woman, but ultimately you're saving yourself because you're wasting time, energy, and money on something that doesn't necessarily go anywhere, or it goes somewhere bad. I mean, yeah, she looks good. Yeah, the sex is crazy, but so is the person attached to the sex. Nope. If these women see that they can get a lot of freebies, they can get some of the benefits of a wife without actually turning themselves around into being wives, then why would they ever change? And it's sad because not only are these women shipwrecking themselves, they're also going to influence the next generation of females coming through. So, yes, denying yourself sexual access from women who you classify as a whole is going to help save the woman because the demand dries up, she's going to stop supplying. She's going to try a different avenue. Ultimately, brothers who are not wasting time and energy, and as Oshay said, being hypocritical, they're not wasting time and energy on women who you can't build a future with, let's say it like that. You're ultimately putting yourself in a position to actually see a decent woman. I'm sure there are many things that, you know, get these women wet. The thought of a Gucci purse, the thought of a Louis belt, those red bottoms, that trip, that, you know, 5-star meal. But ultimately, we need to keep the Mogwai dry and to stop feeding these gremlins. That's all I got for this one. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hit the like button, share and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.
Nope.